Yeah?
Yeah. It's Thief, the new Thief. I'm going to say this wrong at some point. I'm sure I'm going to say it Thief, which is going to sound stupid. Yeah, I played the Xbox One version. My review is up right now on videogamer.com. It ended up being a little bit late because of issues that they had, and they ended up doing a review of the original Thief game, which is quite funny. Anyway, so yeah, the reviews haven't been great, and I dropped a 5 on it in the end. It's just kind of interminably dull. I texted you after the kind of tutorial mission. I was like, this is all right, because I was kind of enjoying it for what it was. It was better than I thought it was going to be at first. And what it is, obviously, Eidos Montreal's tried to make a game. You know what Thief is? It's a game about a guy called Garrett in the dark side of 19th century type English-ish city stealing stuff. That's what the game is, and it's a stealth game. This is that. It has fucking awful voice acting, so you can't immediately, you're just sapped out of the world. It looks really nice because it's an next-gen and PC only, and I think that's just going to be the standard. Really kind of visually atmospheric game. But straight away, for no reason, Garrett has an American accent. The woman he's with at the beginning has a Canadian accent. Everyone else in the game has a bad English accent, apart from the occasional person that also has an American accent. All of it's acted terribly, and the dialogue is just rubbish. It asks you quite often to listen to, as is quite often the way in stealth games, to listen to people's conversations to get clues about what you need to be doing. But it just makes you want to fucking brick yourself in the nose. The game itself it kind of purports to having an open world, but it doesn't really. It's basically just a series of missions which are, go to a place, you need to steal a key item, and you're going to have to go through a lot of guards and situational stealth puzzles to get there. And none of that is particularly offensive, but in fact, it's kind of engaging. Garrett has the coolest thing about the game, actually, is obviously he's spending a lot of time crouching in shadows and generally being sneaky, watching guard patterns and whatnot. It's the stuff you've done a billion times before, which is to the game's detriment, but I'll go into that more in a second. But Garrett does have this cool move. It's called a swoop, and all it is you can quickly, basically press A and you run from a piece of shadow to shadow. It's kind of like the spin moving gears where you go between pieces of cover.
Oh yeah,
but not restrictive. You can do it anywhere. And it's just kind of like a nice little idea. You go, okay, I could see that in another stealth game. That's not a bad little move. And at that point, that was like the intro was introducing that, and it was kind of smooth and kind of straightforward, and it looked nice. And I was like, yeah, this isn't too bad. And then it's just so boring. It's like, what did you do in the first Splinter Cell? You hid in the dark. You waited for people. You tracked some guards. Movements, and then you either snuck past them or attacked them, and this is just that. There's you can throw a bottle to distract someone, you can hide in a cupboard sometimes if you want to, you can kind of take out the lights. There's nothing you haven't done a million times before. There's no flair here, and there's no flair at all, and that's just what makes it, the more you play, the more boring it gets. It doesn't have the tension of what... I haven't actually played the older Thief games, but from what I understand, they're incredibly tense and very specifically constructed in the atmosphere. The atmosphere is just stripped by the inane chatter and the fact that the world doesn't feel real at all, even though it looks nice. And the gameplay, it's just stuff you've done before, a million times. And I was thinking about... The obvious counterpoint is Dishonored, because, they're just the same. Like, that was the worry when they announced Thief. Like, the city's coming under a plague. There's people kind of turning into these zombie things. There's over another fucking guy, he's called the Baron in this. He's just one of those guys that causes trouble. He's just in charge and everyone hates him. Just one of those guys, like every fucking game has. It's basically the same, but Dishonored is just such a... for starters, the city had so much character, and it was interesting to look at and interesting to explore, but the gameplay just offered so many different ways of... It really did redefine what stealth can be, and it also offered a full action game alongside that, and you could blend between the two. I'm not asking Thief to offer the action side of it, but when you play a game like Dishonored, or the other game that I mentioned is Mark of the Ninja, which is obviously very different in terms of how it's portrayed, but still allows you to be. It just did new things within stealth. This just doesn't. It doesn't even attempt to. And in the end, you just end up following a Call of Duty style dot on the screen. You know, one of those markers that tells you where to go. And that's just the game. As you come to a room, there's some guards. Oh, what do I need to do here? Okay, watching that guy go there, watching that. Okay, I need to go down there and crawl through there. Oh, I fucked it up. I'll just restart. And then eventually, I've stolen the thing. I mean, the whole thing was just terminally dull, and it made me think, what exactly were they reaching for? Because it kind of felt there are set pieces in the game. There's things where like things catch fire and things, and think, okay, they're kind of trying to make it a bit slicker, a bit more like a Uncharted, Call of Duty cinematic experience type of game, but they've not gone anywhere near far enough or dramatic or exciting or expensive enough for that, and it doesn't have the scope or the flexibility of a truly ambitious stealth game. So it just kind of sits in between the two camps, and then when you combine that with the atmosphere just not being there, I don't know, it's just like you're just going through the motions and just kind of wishing you played something else.